This is a short tutorial on good and well. Mostly it should be a review, as we've already studied adjectives and adverbs. Specifically, the adverbs good and well. And just in case you've forgotten, I really like grammar. So just to review some concepts from first semester and from middle school and elementary school about adverbs and adjectives. Both adjectives and adverbs are modifiers. They can be words, phrases, or clauses. Adjectives, remember, modify nouns, and adverbs modify verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Here are some examples. In the first sentence, dejected, the losing team trudged to the locker room, we have three adjectives. We have dejected, which is functioning as a participle, modifying team, which team? The dejected team. Losing, which is another adjective modifying team. And then we have the word locker modifying the word room. I should have it in bold, but I don't. In the second sentence, we have a phrase functioning as an adjective. And remember, once we put parentheses around a phrase, it becomes one unit of speech. So the team with the grass-stained shorts won the game. With the grass-stained shorts is telling us which team. The entire phrase functions as an adjective telling us which team. And the last sentence, the player who caused the losing goal was forlorn. We have a forlorn player, and we also have a player who caused the losing goal. And who caused the losing goal is also a clause with a subject and verb, and in this case a direct object. That is also telling us more about that player. So again, adjectives can be words, as in the first sentence, phrases, as in the second sentence, or clauses, as in the third sentence. Adverbs are a little more versatile. They can move around in sentences, and they can modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. In our first sentence, we have utterly dejected, the team trudged slowly to the locker room, and utterly is modifying dejected, which if you remember from the sentence before, is an adjective modifying team. So we have a participial phrase here, and we have an adjective within, or adverb, within that participial phrase modifying the adjective dejected. And they trudge slowly. How did they trudge? Slowly. So that is an adverb modifying trudged, the action verb trudged. The second sentence, the team went out for pizza after the game. We have out for pizza. Where did they go? They went out for pizza. When did they go? After the game. Two adverbs there telling us where and when. And the last sentence, after the team won the game, the fans celebrated. The fans celebrated, subject, action verb. When did they celebrate? They celebrated after the team won the game. We have a whole clause here, team won the game, but it's telling us when the celebrating happened. We haven't covered much with the clauses that modify, but you should know phrases and, of course, words by this point. So the clauses are just bonus material for you. The most important things to remember with good and well are that modifiers that follow linking verbs are adjectives. The kiwi tasted sour. Tasted is a linking verb. Sour is describing kiwi. Blanket felt soft. We have a linking verb. Soft is describing the blanket. And Ashley and Wesley are awake. They're in the state of being awake. And so we have a linking verb there as well. So these are all adjectives. Try to get adjectives in this case, but adjectives nonetheless. When modifiers follow action verbs, they are adverbs, not adjectives. So the students left. How did they leave? They left quickly. So it's modifying that action verb. Therefore, it has to be an adverb. The old woman moved slowly across the street. How did she move? She moved slowly. And where did she move? She moved across the street. Adverbs again, telling us more about that movement that the old woman made. And finally, the last one, the wind howled loudly. Loudly is how it howled, and outside is where it howled. So remember that the questions they answer are where, when, how, to what extent. That's how we know it's an adverb. Now to the concept of the day, which is good and well. And bad and good are usually adjectives and usually follow linking verbs. So good is an adjective. It goes along with linking verbs. So pizza was, linking verb. good. We could say the good pizza, and everything would work out well. So there's a predicate adjective. The prognosis sounded bad. Again, bad is a predicate adjective telling us more about that prognosis. We could say the patient's bad prognosis, and it would make sense if we moved that adjective there. Well and badly are adverbs and usually modify action verbs. The team wasn't playing well. The team was playing. How were they playing? Well, not well. And not is another adverb modifying playing. But well, action verb, they go together. The boy behaved badly. How did he behave? Badly. These are the ones that trip people up usually, well and badly. And the reason for this is because well is an exception, and sometimes it can be used as a predicate adjective, but only when referring to someone's health. So the old man wasn't well, the man equals well. The man doesn't equal good because it's referring to his health. So well in this exception functions as a predicate adjective. Otherwise, well is an adverb. So to figure this out, it's always easiest if you can find the subject and the verb in the sentence, determine what kind of verb you have, and then that will help you determine whether you need to use an adverb or an adjective. So if we look at our first sentence here, the travelers looked blank out the window of the stalled bus. If I go all the way back to the beginning of our grammar in the fall, I'm going to mark my prepositional phrases first, and then I'm going to see who or what is the sentence about, the travelers, and what about the travelers? They looked. Now, looked can be an action verb or a linking verb, but in this case, are they looking with their eyes or in the state of looking a certain way? And in this case, they're actually looking with their eyes out the window. And so we have an action verb, and because it's an action verb, we need to have an adverb form, and that adverb form is impatiently. The ly is a hint for us. Second sentence, the travelers at the bus depot looked impatient. The travelers is the subject. Look, in this case, is a linking verb. Therefore, I need to use that predicate adjective form, impatient. And the impatient is telling us about the travelers. We have impatient travelers at the bus depot, as opposed to them looking impatiently out the window. And the last sentence, Beth and Sue look blank with short hair. Beth and Sue are the subject. They look. Are they looking with their hair, or are they just in the state of being something? And they are in the state of being, so we have a linking verb, so we need a predicate adjective there to describe Beth and Sue as good. That's all I have for good and well. Just remember that good usually functions as an adjective, well usually functions as an adverb. Those are your two things. If you can mark up the root of the sentence, the subject and the verb, identify the verb, you will be in business and you'll make fewer mistakes.